bulls are back in town, the bulls are back in town, or are they? Welcome everybody to a live episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, your superhero of cryptocurrency, the Suppoman. Wow! In literally the last couple of hours, Bitcoin has surged. I went on my CoinMarketCap app earlier this morning and saw that Bitcoin was still at $6,800, $6,900, and then in the space of hours after that, Bitcoin surged to $8,050, just like that. And the first question I get asked on Twitter is, right now is now the time to buy? Should I start buying? Should I buy now before, all of a sudden the prices surge to over 10k Bitcoin and all the altcoins absolutely surge with it? So what I'm going to attempt to do is answer this question for you. Is this actually the beginning of a bull movement? Was the bottom yesterday? Or in fact, is this not the signal of a bull movement? And is this in fact market manipulation? Is this a bull trap? Is this a short squeeze? In essence, a short price spike that actually encourages people to buy, but actually is going to sink again down below the bottom as we saw, or what we perceived as maybe the bottom yesterday, and actually wreck a load of people in the process. So if you're excited to learn today what the potential answer is, smash up the likes, smash up the likes, and also make sure you subscribe to Team Suppoman for a daily video. So, the market cap currently sits at $298 billion. This is a significant 30 billion increase from yesterday. It has absolutely surged from yesterday. An unprecedented almost surge in prices. And if we look down, although Bitcoin has calmed down since that $8,050, it's still on the right side of 7,500 to signal it's not come down too much. It's not as if it's a short spike up and a big sell-off straight away. Because this has now been, it went up to 8,000 about an hour and a half ago. So it's had more than enough time to lose a lot of value. If we look down the rest of the top 100, you can see that pretty much everything, save for one or two cryptocurrencies, are in green. Some of them are in massive green. If we have a look this Mithril, which I've looked at very, very shortly, is up 200%. EOS are 30%, Cardano over 20%. This has been on 15 cents for so long, and people today are probably kicking themselves. So let's see if we can calm the situation down. So let's have a look firstly at some articles. So firstly, CNN.com have absolutely nothing to say about it except for the fact that this is a new high for April. The price has absolutely flung in the space of 45 minutes. Look at these green candles, absolutely soared up. An unbelievable price spike. If we have a look in The Independent, a mainstream media outlet, we're not talking CoinDesk, we're not talking Cointelegraph, we are talking The Independent. And they have also said cryptocurrency value rockets by more than $1,000 in bizarre surge. Again, not much to say about it except for the fact that it's just gone up just like that. Why? Now, yesterday I was doing some analysis, you may have seen it kind of on a zoomed out scope, where I was kind of looking at the price as it was, and the trend lines seemed to be kind of pointing to a descending wedge, I suppose, and this would indicate that as the highs get lower, that it's going to spike. Now, I thought that given the data, right, so the data is tax returns, from April the 15th to April the 17th is going to be the kind of graveyard shift for the cryptocurrency market. The prices are going to drop, and then after that point, we could see a little recovery. This goes against that data. Okay, so let's have a look at more potential theories. So this guy here has said that there is, and he said this on April the 9th, so quite a few days ago, he said that a bull trap is coming, and that he sees this epic short squeeze or bull trap, as it were, coming and basically taking the price of Bitcoin to about 8,300 to 8,700. Nobody is expecting a bounce because the price is super suppressed. Everybody's expecting 6k bottom, 5k bottom, 3k bottom. No one's expecting a bounce. And then the price did bounce. But this is the danger. This is what he said was going to happen. A bull trap is coming, an epic short squeeze. So he predicted this quite a few days ago. The data seemed to suggest that was going to happen, particularly because Bitcoin was around about the oversold area. But another theory is this is what happens the moment Wall Street finished their taxes, got their bonus, and Chinese New Year's is over. So this is a counter theory. It's not got a lot of intelligence or technical analysis behind it, but it certainly does have market sentiment and market events trying to support it. Now, what is the case is they have to submit their tax returns. Okay, so some may have got it done. The deadline's the 17th. Some may have got it done for the 15th. Some may have got it done already. And the big bankers with massive bonuses may have done this. However, my personal feeling is that this is price manipulation. That's my personal feeling. It's not financial advice. You can discard it. You can agree with it, whatever. But the very, very sharp and quick spike would indicate that a tremendous amount of money has been chucked in via, and I'm talking about big institutional money. I'm talking about massive whale money. Now, there have been a series of events that suggest that this is likely to happen. There has been so much suppression, almost like people have just been wanting to buy, but not having that signal to buy. And I think that this big price spike is a mixture of huge whale money in conjunction with the people that have been suppressed for so long wanting to buy, seeing a buy signal. That's what I think has happened. Now, let's not forget who has entered the market. Essentially, Soros, Rockefeller, Rothschild, and potentially more big investors to come. Why? Because the cryptocurrency market at the moment is so promising. We are seeing the revolution happening. I said this yesterday. We're seeing the revolution happening right in front of our hands. Previously, we saw the establishment, the centralized establishment, putting down cryptocurrency in every single situation that they could. Now what we see is a turnaround completely. Now we are seeing that even though China banned ICOs, that China were banning exchanges, that now we have got a 1.6 billion blockchain fund with Chinese government backing. The tide is changing. Okay, now we are seeing the people who were idiots, as it were. So basically, idiots are people who, put down something, put down a fad that kind of like fidget spinners or Pokemon Go. People see these fads and they're like, I'm not going to get involved in that. And they keep on saying it because they don't believe in it. They believe what other people are saying about it. And then there's just this echo chamber of people saying, oh, you don't want to touch that. You don't want to touch that. And so people don't touch it until it becomes more of a serious deal. It doesn't go away. In fact, it gets bigger, and then people get behind it. It's a bit like what happened in the dot-com boom. Basically, these internet companies, the institutions they didn't believe in it. They didn't see the potential in it. So it was really the smaller investors that were bringing that market up. And then all of a sudden, they started the institutional investors, the venture capitalists started getting involved in internet companies. That created the dot-com boom. That is how so many internet companies had tremendous valuations on just a domain name. And the same is happening here. We are seeing a changing of the guard. It's not just the small investors now. Everybody is wanting a slice of the pie. We've also got a big four company, Deloitte. They have appointed a new head of blockchain services. Whether or not they believe in Bitcoin and the concept of, digital money, they certainly believe in the ledger. They certainly believe in the technology. They believe in the blockchain. The blockchain is the underlying technology that seems to be getting people truly believing in what cryptocurrency is offering. Today, more news. Santander, a international bank launching blockchain payment app this week, a blockchain-based application for cross-border foreign exchange. So, so basically what we are seeing is the tide turning. What this causes for more confidence from institutional investment. Big investment houses, they're chucking the money in. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that this is a sustainable surge in the prices of cryptocurrencies. I personally do not think, because, this data, I told you about this article 3 or 4 days ago. This one came out a couple of days ago. Certainly Soros and Rockefeller and Rothschild coming into cryptocurrency is not new news. It came out about 5 days ago or so. And yet only today does the market respond to it. It's not been a gradual progression or movement towards 8,000. It's actually a big price spike. Now, if we go back and have a look, go back to TradingView, where have we seen this before? Okay, so let's be brutally frank. Okay, so cryptocurrency did go down to a ridiculous 6,600 at one particular time, back at the beginning of February. Apparently, yeah, beginning of February. We're down to 6,600. And then within the space of days, soared up to 11,000. It doubled in days. And then what happened to people who bought at the peak? Bang! Bang! And particularly if people, were like, oh, I don't think it's the bottom. I don't think it's the bottom. And it went up to the top. People bought here. Now, I want to avoid the same kind of danger. So basically, if this is a temporary peak, the last thing I would want to do is buy at this point, because it could very well tomorrow go down at this point. Such things need to be sustainable in order for you to believe, right, this is truly growing. This is why you buy during the dips. Now, I was waiting for a lower dip. I'm still confident of a lower dip. Kind of not 90% confident or 100% confident. Kind of, I guess probably less confident now, because this is what happens. The market manipulation causes people to get into a state where they think, is it or is it not? But personally, I'm waiting for the data to back up whether this is sustainable or not. So I have been buying at various dips down towards this point, so that if this is sustainable, I'm not necessarily too fussed. But I do think I personally think there will be another buying opportunity. I would like to know in the comments what you think. A lot of people do think they're armchair experts and say, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to go down to 3K, Bitcoin's going to go down to 1K. And then there are people on the other side of the equation saying, Bitcoin's going to hit 16K in a month, or Bitcoin's going to hit 16K in a week. So, there are wild variations in what people think is going to happen in this market. So, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Personally speaking, I think this is a bull trap. I wouldn't be upset if it wasn't. If it does go up from here, I have been expecting that great surge. At the end of the day, I want ultimately for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to absolutely flourish. I want for the altcoins that I truly believe in to absolutely flourish. However, I still think there's another buying opportunity down the line. So I'm keen to see what you guys are thinking. As people watching right now live, smash up the likes. There's 2,000 people watching, only 358 likes. Smash up those likes. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. Hey, Barry. Certainly does feel it in some small way like a happy birthday. Simply because of the prices going up. And you look on one's portfolio and it does look amazing. But I'm going to remain resolute here. I'm going to have strong resolve and just ride it right now. And just wait it out. There's no buying. I'm not going to buy. I buy only at dips. Only at dips. I will never buy during a bull movement. I'll never buy at the peak or going up towards the peak. Let's just have a look. I think that people easily forget this video, right? Okay, so look, this is what happens. This is manipulation 101. So look, there's this reversal, temporary reversal. Okay, and look, and this guy doesn't know. So he buys at the top. And then look what happens. Some FUD. Bang, it goes down. And then he just goes on this, he at the end of it, he becomes suicidal. He becomes suicidal. He just can't take it. He can't take it. So, you know, the best thing to do is wait it out. You know, don't buy when it's spiking like this. Personally speaking. So, let's have a look, see other Sphinx, see what else you're saying. We said it would come, why not now? Simply because just look at the spike, okay? This spike resembles manipulation at a high degree because we are seeing real whale money. We are seeing kind of a very small, tiny percentage putting large amounts. This is basically how it kind of has always worked. This is why we kind of wanted cryptocurrency to not get infiltrated by the people who have run the wealth game for fiat currency. Because what happens is 1% of the world have 99% of the wealth. And the tiny little fragment of the cryptocurrency investment, the tiny fragment of whales, have a huge amount of Bitcoin, a huge amount of fiat that they can pump essentially into the price of Bitcoin to make the price surge like this. And of course, because this is an early, immature, impulsive and reckless in some cases market, people buy along with the massive green candles. And then of course what has happened is literally, you know, the price has corrected around about $330. So, you know, so you've just got to wait it out, I suppose, and just see how these things kind of work out ultimately. So I'm waiting because I'm not convinced that the bearish period has ended yet. That's just personal opinion. And this is based on the data that I've been gathering. Any more for any more? Let's have a looky look and see what you guys say. The Illuminati have already infiltrated. Interesting. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, there's a massive differing of opinion. Where, I mean, if you just look simply at this chat, you will see there are two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. And what this says to me is that there is not... Thank you, Christine. I always do my best for you, as you know. Anyway, so you will always see that there is... You know, when you can't be convinced this is sustainable, you will see almost just as many on the bullish side as there is on the bearish side. The sentiment doesn't support this is sustainable. Now, it all depends on whether there is enough bull movement to break the resistance of the bears, or whether there's enough bearish resistance to break the support of the bulls. So that's what it will boil down to, and hence why I am waiting. I think it would be very impulsive to buy at this stage, even though, you know, if the price went up to 10,000 tomorrow, everything as we see it here, even though they're in massive green, could actually be massively inferior prices compared to the price of tomorrow. But I am just not 100% convinced this is here to stay, and I'm staying as put. My wife loves you. Say hi, Marianne. Hey, Marianne. Good to see you. Glad that your husband likes you loving another man. I certainly wouldn't be okay with it. OneChain. I know that OneChain has actually spiked over $5. At last, I think, is probably what a lot of people are saying. But what I have also noticed, wow, it's really good. So this is an altcoin that even though Bitcoin went up to $8,000, this at that point was about $5. And even though Bitcoin has lost 300, this is still very, very bullish. Okay, and I think that this is an exception rather than the rule, because OneChain, I guess it's just been waiting. People have been waiting for that point. So people are very bullish on, you know, such cryptocurrencies as OneChain. And look at that volume. That is absolutely stupendous. Stupendous. It's amazing. So let's have a look at Trinity. It's funny. I was thinking of selling some of my cryptocurrencies yesterday. Some of my... Not that Trinity is one of them, but I was thinking of selling some of my rubbish ones. And, you know, at times like this is the... Well, not necessarily right now. You should probably wait for a proper bullish movement to get rid of some of your inferior coins, because this is only a small rally, okay, really, comparatively. So although it's gone up, 1,200, has gone up 1,200 kind of as a maximum, it's still small in comparison to where it can go, where the range is for the bullish movement. So I think that, if you're looking to offload some of them, then you might probably want to wait unless you really can't wait, in which case selling today is better than selling tomorrow. There's always the one that asks about credits. There's always, hello, Rudy. Hello, and hello to the people of South Africa. Well, credits has gone up. It's just not gone up a great deal. Cargo X, you said they are dead. Well, I mean, I don't think it's a very commercial product. But I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's just personal opinion. Personal opinion at the end of the day is everything I give. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take my words as if I am a financial advisor. I can only really give my opinion on the commercial appeal, and it has very little commercial appeal. Let's have a look at Fusion. Fusione. Oh, I love Utrust. I am actually going to be potentially going. Wow! Look at Fusion. Look at that girl go. Get it. Anyway, so I am potentially going to Amsterdam for Utrust to see live this platform, this PayPal-esque platform. For God's sake, see, this is what happens in a small, spike like this. Everything goes up, no matter how shit it is. I mean, come on. It's just stupid. Anyway, so let's have a look. We are broaching 300 million. So like I said, this is testing times, people. This is the time when you get tested. I can only tell you what I'm doing, and I have seen enough price action to know that these things can be very, very temporary. So I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not gonna be like this poor guy here. That's not me. That's not the face that I want to have. This is the face I had at the beginning. It's not the face I have anymore. So there we are. Anyway, peeps, I hope this has satisfied you today on whatever day it is, the 12th of April, a day when Bitcoin has had a massive, bizarre surge in price. So let me know in the comments, peeps, what are you going to do? And what are you potentially going to buy if you are wanting to buy something? So, thank you for joining me today, this episode of Savage Cash, and I'll see you of the next time. It is lights out, all out.